So good afternoon everyone, I'm Sophia and welcome to my channel, quite shy. Yeah, so this channel is actually quite new, right? I didn't post any video or any update on this channel. So this channel basically is about study channel, and I'm going to like put some reading reflection and some I know analysis, critical thinking on the book I read. Basically, it's about social science book, more about international relations and politics, which is actually my training major. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so basically today I'm going to share guys a book named Powering International Politics, which was actually written by the Raymond and Michelle, which are truly two experts in international relations. So I actually learned a lot from this book. But today I'm going to just introduce a little bit about this book. It's just about the classification of power and also, the the really professional terminology of classification in international relations is taxonomy. Okay, so it's just about the taxonomy of power. Okay, so firstly, let me just define a little bit on the power. The power is actually like a production in politics in and through social relations of efforts that shaped the capacities of actors to determine their circumstance and fate. It is also like the kinds of social relations through which power works, and power can be divided into compulsory, direct, or diffuse or indirect. So it's just like a ability of states to use material resource to get others to do what they otherwise would not. So there's a new word I learned from this book is unipolarity. It's quite common in politics. It widely believed amongst theorists in international relations that the post-Cold War international system is unipolar. The United States defense spending is like close to half of global military expenditure, like a blue water navy superior to all like others combined. And it is also like a chance at a splendid nuclear first strike over its like Israel for Russia. So then like I would like to post a graph. I don't know whether I can do this. So a graph. Okay, it's about basically the taxonomy of the power, right? We can see that the compulsory, structure, institutional, productive are for really like classical taxonomy of the power. For power works through the interactions of specific actors, and the direct one is the compulsory, and the diffuse one is institutional, and secondly is about the social relations of constitution, and the direct one is structure, diffuse one is productive. So hello everyone, I just changed a circumstances. It's pretty cold outside, so I just introduced some general conclusion about the book, right? Okay, then I'm going to introduce some detailed like thinking tool as well as the taxonomy of power later on. Okay, so firstly about the thinking tool. I think thinking tools are really helpful and vital for us to read international relations book, and as well as political book, also other social science book, especially psychological book. I feel like so when you're reading the book, you can think about, are the views presented in the text convincing, right? Okay, as well as like how could arguments presented be challenged? Can you challenge them? Can you kind of think uh, the opposite phenomenon, the opposite circumstance, the opposite like arguments, right? The I suppose the difficulty or kind of opposition of this argument, right? Try to use critical thinking and have this argument capture the nuance of the topic they seek to analyze. And do these arguments retain their value when applied to different sections of international relations? And in your opinion, right? In your opinion, what needs to be added to increase the validity of the arguments? So, when you're reading this kind of book, maybe you will feel like these are pretty far from the reality, and it's pretty hard to capture writer's opinion, and which like add more difficulty to build up the critical thinking within it. That's pretty understandable. But when you read more and more, these thinking tools are really helpful as a filter for you to not only observe knowledge but also reflect, but also have a feedback look, have a like critical thinking on all kind of knowledge, right? Okay, so these are about the thinking tools, right? Okay, then I'm going to introduce the taxonomy about the power. So just like I've like defined before, power is like a production in and through the social relations, right? So these one, two, three, four. These four powers are definitely the most classical category of in the political field. Although these four power are really like seems like undeniable and really, I don't know, authoritative, but everything is not above the criticism. Everything contain like mistakes, not only on the logic, but also through the development and these fields. Maybe some terminology just cannot cater for, just cannot maybe like conclude all phenomenons or term in like in the contemporary political field, right? Okay, so but it's still a need. It's still really vital to capture this, to master this. So the first power is the compulsory power, which exists in the direct control by one actors over the condition of existence and the actions of another. And the institutional power is like the membership and participation rule in IO, who is admitted, who has a voice, or neither, and who votes count more, like decision making procedure, like majoritarian consensus, and like on animals, right? Okay, and the third one is about the structure power, on which is the power that concerns the determination of social capacity and interest. Pre-existing social structure that allocate different social positions to different actors, shaping the entitlement, like the self-perception, status, and interest, and like your different aspirations. Okay, so the last one is about the productive power. It is about knowledge and discourse. And for the knowledge, it's about the socially norm or abnormal, socially normal or abnormal, who is civilized versus like the barbaric or savage, about the fitness, specific about the fitness, health, intelligence, and competence. And the discourse is more about what is socially desirable or not, and why some are more deserving of care, respect, and praise, and like whose value matter more in society. It related about the race, gender, the value and pride, property in this society, right? Okay. So basically, my video is ended here. Okay, right. I hope you guys can enjoy my first video on this channel, and if you guys have any feedback, please tell me, and please, if you can comment and subscribe me as well. Okay. Okay, thank you guys, and thank you for watching, and goodbye.